Welcome, greetings, and salutations to you all. In today's video, I'm going to do what I did in the last video, or at least what I wanted to do, but it didn't go as planned. So, I am going to dabble in the creative world of bleach. And what I mean by that is you take like a shirt or a jacket or literally any material made out of cotton. Very important reason. If you want to know why, you can go watch the video that I titled Fails and Embroiders, or I'll probably name it something like that. I haven't yet named the video or edited it or anything like that, but it will be in the description if you are wondering why it's important to have cotton or kind of cotton clothes. I am going to make a Mother's Day shirt with a little design on it, and in the sketchbook this is kind of like just planning and trying to find ideas and stuff. And the idea that I kind of went with was this kind of thing, and then this flower as well. The other ideas I will probably use for other clothes that I would wear. I did put in a cardboard piece under this shirt. I also made a stencil very quickly just out of cardboard. I also used a ruler to measure the sides to make sure that it was in the center of the shirt. Now I'm just going to quickly outline it with this pencil, just so that I have a very rough shape to go by. And this isn't really going to be outlined. It's just a guideline for where I'm going to more or less draw inside of it. Okay, so the planning and stuff is more or less done. Now I am going to take this and this stick and like a few brushes and stuff, and I'm gonna start probably with something easy just to get the hang of it, which is probably going to be like this one or maybe this one. And I'm just gonna see how it goes, and I'm just gonna try and do my best. And it went pretty well, I will say. This is like an extremely old video that I have been putting in the like back pages of everything. Yeah, I'm pretty late at posting. This is probably like almost a year old at this point, and I'm only now posting it, so yeah. But considering the last time I tried doing something with bleach, this time it actually went pretty well. I really enjoyed working with it. It was really fun to work with bleach and to see like the process and everything, and how it just went from an invisible something to, you know, a drawing. It was really interesting. It did smell. I would say I would rather have used like a gas mask or something. Now, as you can see, most of this is done, and I am pretty happy with how it came out and how it is looking, and I am very glad that the heart shape is kind of noticeable. You can kind of see what it is supposed to be. I'm glad that this worked out, and now I'm just gonna write again just to practice or to plan out. Beste moeder, going from here to there as you read, and it's just Afrikaans for best mother. I quickly planned everything out with a ruler to make sure that the spacing was correct and that there were no spelling mistakes. The word is written out, and while I was writing it, I did decide, rather than doing the bleach thing, I'm going to actually embroider the word. And if you want to see how I did that, you can go watch the video that is linked in the description, and that video kind of has a lot of embroidering in it, so if you want to know how I did certain stitches, then you can go watch that video. Rabbit here. Now I'm gonna do the flower on the side, and again just gonna quickly sketch it out, and then it's time to do the bleach. The flower that I'm drawing here is of a stargazer variant. It's not accurate, but it still looks pretty. So the flower you just saw me draw, I completely removed that and redrew it. It just was a bit too small, so hopefully this one looks a bit better. And also, I finally did these little things. They're like these little... Wait, let me get one. Like these little stuff, and they work pretty well to just keep like the shirt onto the cardboard rather than it moving around too much. It still does, but it's a lot better than what it was. And now I'm going to start with the bleach, finally, after redrawing this. At this point in the process, I was starting to get a lot more comfortable with the bleach and how it worked, and I started to experiment. Now that the flower is done, I'm just gonna let it dry and activate its chemicalness, and then I'm gonna do the last part, which is the like whatever this is on the neck or around, that goes around the neck. This was the last detail that I added on the shirt, and it is just basically a branch that goes around the neck, or at least half the neck, from the front to the back, so that the back has at least a bit more detail and the front, you know, looks a bit more coherent. You can see how this is looking, and so far, well, of course this is done, but I added like little dots and stuff, and I'm really happy how it came out, and this came out pretty well. There are parts like where it does this, and I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna leave it. It's like the charm of the shirt, so I'm just gonna leave it. And of course this part, which surprisingly came out a bit more pinker than this part. I think that's because it dried like faster, because I used a hairdryer. So yeah. My favorite part is probably like the heart. I just love it. It came out really good, better than I thought it was gonna come out. And of course, the back side is, for some reason, the back side of this, like the flower on the back, looks better than the front flower. But I think it's just because it has like more petals and stuff. And then the leaf, this part, with the like dots and stuff, I love how it looks. Thank you to all of you who have watched to the end. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and if you didn't, just tell me in comments why, so I can work on that. And remember to take care of yourself, drink some water, and to also rest. Love you guys, and see you in the next video.